He once said that when you're riding a bicycle and you want to keep balancing, so you have to keep on moving so that you keep your balance. So that gives me hope that I should go on and on in order to keep my life balancing.
Greetings, I'm Diane Reiner. I'm the co-founder and executive director of Jajja's Kids.
I'm Connie Frisbee Hood, Diane's friend and president of Jajja's Kids.
We'd like to welcome you here, and we're so grateful that you've joined us. This, I'm happy to say, is our 10th annual fundraiser. We do it each fall, and it's the second time we're doing one virtually. We all know that this past year has been difficult everywhere in the world, and that country to country and city to city, the way the differences came out were very obvious to many people. In Uganda, there was a severe lockdown almost from the beginning, and that lockdown really created a problem in so many ways. Businesses and schools were shut immediately. People were out of work. There was a closing of all public transportation, and the country runs on public transportation. And so that was really difficult. They instituted a severe curfew, and that curfew was really enforced heavily by the police. So the kids were kept in isolation the whole time.
And food was difficult to come into the city. Not very many people grow their own food within the city. So food shortages was huge.
And the prices went up. So here were people not able to work, not having income, and then food was out of sight. But first I want to just give a really heartfelt thank you for the wonderful donations we got last year and throughout this year, actually. Some people committed at that time to do a monthly donation, which sustains us better than anything else, as we navigated COVID and the unanticipated costs that came from it. So the first thing that happened, as soon as the lockdown happened in Uganda this year, we bought extra food. We got 3 months of extra food, which brought all kinds of security. When the schools tried to open last spring and quickly closed because of COVID going through the schools, 2 of our children came home with COVID themselves. So we quickly got medicines and we got COVID treatments for them. We bought a television to help them who were in isolation. And throughout the year, we were able to buy extra study supplies and books for the kids to study from home, since there was no in-person school.
And when COVID was in the house, because of the way the rooms are in the house, it was much easier to isolate the children the way they needed to be. Right. I can't imagine in the rental house how any of that would have been accomplished. It would have run rampant through all the children, and thank God that has not happened.
Right, yeah, it was a miracle for us to have that house. Most recently, we were able to buy 10 tablets, 2 computers, and a printer so that the kids could study more effectively at home. So our children were kept together in the house. They were not able to go out, and they were isolated at home together. But despite being isolated, the children became very creative. They learned how to make sandals, so they made their own footwear for themselves. They started cooking and baking with the help of the house mother. They were able to grow food. They grew their own bananas in the yard. And they were able to start a chicken project, which I think we'll hear more about from the kids themselves. Keeping the children safe, healthy, occupied, and engaged was a challenge for the staff. So what we'd like to do now is introduce Ronnie Seruyenge. Ronnie is the program director in Uganda, and he's going to tell you what it was like for him this past year.
My name is Ronnie Seriange. I'm director of Jajja's Kids Africa. First of all, I'll begin by thanking people. Those that I know and those that I don't know, the people, having good feelings for our program, people thinking about our program, people talking about our program, people planning for our program. We've been doing really good. Thank you so much. You are such a parent because 2019, you made us having our permanent home. I'm imagining if we didn't have a permanent home during this COVID, what were we going to do, It was going to be also another thing to worry us. And we thank you, we keep thanking you, and we all thank you because the fact that you made 2 of my kids survive COVID, they didn't die. Thank you. I mean, being around with my kids here, everyone is still talking about what he want to be in future. When I see them really they are still strong, and I also become more stronger.
Hi, I'm Susan Fowler, and I'm currently serving as the education coordinator for Jajja's Kids. This year raised extremely difficult challenges for our children, staff, and our program. With the help of technology, we are bringing you some of the stories of Jajja's Kids today, so you can hear about the resilience and hopefulness that they carry with them.
So I know this has been a difficult time in America and in Uganda. And I know it's been extremely hard for the 2 of you because you both were infected with COVID. Is that right?
Yeah, sure.
Would you mind telling us a little bit about what that was like for you when you had COVID?
Oh, sure. It all started from school. I had a classmate who was affected by it. I got flu, but at first I thought it was just flu. And then on the Saturday, I was like, let me go back home. They come and pick me. And the HM was like, you're to go back home on Monday, wait. And on the Sunday, the president announced the total lockdown. During that process, I felt bad. I was feeling headache, I had flu, some fever, and I never realized it. When Uncle reached, he was like, let's first go for a checkup. When we reached for a checkup, the doctor was like, this girl is sick.
I'm so glad you're healthy now,
Yeah.
Sonia.
Hi, I'm Susan.
Hi, John. So we'll ask you something similar too. What was it like for you? I know you were also infected and struggled also with COVID. Could you tell us about it?
When I came, Uncle saw me, and we went to the hospital for a checkup. And the doctor said that I have COVID. And we came back home. I was isolated in one of the big rooms. I just want to thank you for the beautiful hearts you have towards our growing. Yeah, that's all.
Well,
I'd like to thank you for everything, standing beside us, loving us, caring, though you're far, but still you show that care. We are so blessed to have you. We just pray that you live longer, to see us progressing in life. Thank you, we love you so much.
Okay. Before COVID came, I could go to school and everything was normal. But once it reached into Uganda, everything went berserk. I was studying, but the schools were closed, and so I was forced to go back home. I was able to do poultry farming, where I got to learn how to rear for hens, and also to increase my English because I wasn't that good.
How have you been able to stay focused at home on your schoolwork?
Okay. The fact that I have you guys with kind heart who are ready to support me in everything I do, that has really made me stay focused. Also, on some weekends, we usually have meetings with Uncle Ronnie, and in those meetings, he advises us and he encourages us to do the right things. So that's where I'm able to stay focused. Also, the urge to achieve my dream of being someone important has also enabled me to stay focused.
Can I ask you a question about your future goals?
Yeah.
I know you have a big goal. What's your goal when you get out of school?
Yeah, I want to be a certified neurosurgeon after my school.
Yes.
How have you both been doing during this time?
And with your support, we have kept ourselves with hope, because we know that there is support that is coming from you. And so we have managed to keep ourselves hopeful, and we have read our books. We have spent most of our time reading books.
What's your favorite book that you've read?
My favorite book, it's called the Harry Potter. I would like to send our thanks. Thank you so much for every single thing that you have done for us, that we are still alive today. We have food, but many people there are dying because of hunger. We have medical care, people are dying because of sickness, but for us we are safe. We try to keep ourselves safe. We don't move out. We wear masks, we wash our hands, but everything that we do is your support that has helped us to do everything. Thank you for supporting us in our studies. Like, I just completed primary level and I achieved the first grade in it. I thank you so much for supporting me.
Yay!
That's awesome.
That's so great.
And thank you for the meals that we have every day. We have never missed any meal, but people there are dying of hunger. Thank you so much for protecting us. We love you so much. May God bless you for your golden hearts.
Love you.
What opportunities does Jajja's Kids provide to you that you wouldn't have otherwise?
Okay. The opportunity of studying, it's really a big opportunity, because most of kids can't afford to go to school. But me, I'm here. I can go to school, and the good schools in Uganda.
My favorite thing is our beloved sponsors who support us in everything.
Daphine, do you have a favorite thing?
My favorite thing is being with Uncle Ronnie. Even our sponsors who really love us, they care for us, they really supported us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the very thing I like in this Jajja's Kids.
You've done really a lot, and I'm doing all this because of you guys. Because of you guys. Without you guys, I don't think that I managed to do this, really. I have a lot of confidence in you guys. I keep doing what I do because of you.
Yeah.
I love you, Jajja. I really do. I love you a lot. I mean it.
I love you a lot too. I have one question for you.
Please go ahead.
This is a good one coming from me. What did you need extra money for during COVID?
Actually, I needed extra money for so many things. During COVID, we needed money for security system. We got the cameras for that. Extra food, extra medicine, mosquito nets, extra textbooks for the kids studying. So we got a lot of things that needed extra money during COVID. Yeah, but we thank you so much that you've been together with us on that. Thank you so much. You're doing really a good job. I mean, you've done a lot in my life, and you give me a sense of how to love and how to give, back to the community, and how to respect people. I don't think I've now think of where I grew up from no more. Really, I'm just focused on where I'm going. Looking at my boys, praying to God every day to see if someday I'll see one of my kids graduating from the university.
As a teacher, I'm always very curious about what my students' goals have been. And, we ask them, what do you want to be when you grow up? So, I often talk to the children at Jajja's Kids about what their goals are and what they want to be when they grow up. And we have Mark, who wants to be an engineer, and we have Juma, who wants to become a farmer, and Dan, who would like to become a doctor one day. And they have really high goals, and our goal is to help them achieve that to the best of our ability.
What do you miss about school?
I miss sitting in the class, listening to the teacher, seeing him physically with my eyes.
Kayanda, what about you? What do you miss about school?
I've missed some of my best teachers at school, my friends, and also studying every day. That's what I was missed.
It sounds like you might be going back to school next year.
Yeah, we are really happy for that, because the first thing, we first thank God for keeping us alive until next year when we go back to school.
What do you want to be after school?
I want to become an engineer.
An engineer? Ooh, that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Nicholas?
I also want to become an engineer.
How have Uncle Ronnie and the other members of Jajja's Kids staff helped you during this time?
They have helped us into, they used to encourage us to stay on our goals and also to revise books every single day in the morning. And also they used to to tell us to follow the SOPs, to wash hands, putting on masks every day.
In Uganda, there's no free education system as we have here in America. Parents there are expected to pay for school fees, supplies, uniforms, and books. Parents living in poverty cannot afford to do this. It becomes extremely difficult for children to go to school. Many children living in Uganda never get the chance at an education. Getting an education in Uganda is key for them to have a successful life and get gainful employment as young adults.
So you both have been in the program for a while. What do you think the biggest change in Jajja's Kids has been for you over the years? Watching the program develop.
The first biggest change, that was when we had our new house in 2019. Yeah, that was a big change, and I felt happy about it. Yeah, we had a new home, a very nice one. Yeah, it was really good. That was a big change. And another big change is that the level of education that I moved from, because I came when I was in primary 5 and now I'm in senior 5. That's a big change, and I really appreciate your work. Yeah, maybe that.
The biggest change, which Mark has not said, to the house, and also when the home got its own vehicle, Jajja, which brings about some capital during the week.
Mhm.
Also, the land that the organization got in the village is also a big change to the organization. And also, I came while I was in primary 6, but now I just finished Form 4 and I'm going to join high school. So those are the big changes.
Big clap for that.
Fantastic.
That's such an accomplishment. We're so proud of you both. Just wonderful.
Very proud of you.
Our children in Uganda all attend good schools, and we currently have 15 children in secondary school now. And as our children have aged, tuition has increased. Our goal is to help them become independent and be able to support themselves and live happy and healthy lives as a young adult. We hope that this will then spread further and they'll be able to help their communities and their families as well.
The impact of helping our 20 children, we're very aware that we refer to this as the ripple effect, because it's not just those 20 children. You know, it's that it's helping their families, and they're very aware of that. And the families are helping others, and it just ripples out, and it ripples out to the community as well. So it's an ongoing positive. And the program actually affects people here as well. So there's a ripple effect that we feel here in the US. And some of the children in our program, I'm just thinking they're the first in their family to even get through primary school. And primary school itself is a rare thing to happen. Only 25% of the population does that, and we have 14, 15 kids that have done that now.
And when they talk about what they want to do, they mention this themselves. They're looking at the wider picture of where they have come from and where it compares to where they want to go and how they want to help others.
Having the house now provides the stability that we had hoped for, but we need to keep raising funds to get these children through that higher level of education that they're trying to do.
And as a board, we're committed to bring these current 20 children through the education system, be it a trade school, college, university, or other training, until they're independent. Another thing that we look at as a board is we're striving that the program in Uganda can become self-sustaining, that it can be Ugandans helping Ugandans, so that it's not always us as United States individuals or around the world helping them, that they can raise themselves up using their own sources and resources.
So we want to close by saying thank you to all of you for listening to us for this little time. And thank you to our donors, past, present, and future. There are two main reasons I've always felt that we're able to succeed as far as we have. And one of them is that the dollar goes so far. You know, when I mentioned about the education for university level, to have an education of $2,000 a year to become an engineer or to become a doctor or a lawyer, I mean, it's quite phenomenal that, and we can do that. It's an achievable thing. And then the second thing, and most importantly, is you, the donors, that have brought so much and care so much and have been so generous. And your caring carries through, whether it's with a dollar or with your heart. It carries through, and we're forever grateful for that.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us, getting to know our wonderful children in Uganda. And we ask that you now do your part by sharing this with your friends.
And of course, if you are able, we would greatly appreciate a donation in any amount. No amount is too small. And as you can tell, a dollar goes very far.
So please like us, please share it with your friends, and thank you so much for listening to us.